Hi, I'm going to do a color correction today using Saint's Cream Demi Correctors and a cream bronzer. Normally I use a darker bronzer, but I'm going to show you guys with a lighter shade of bronzer. This is called Tan Lines. This is 03 and this is Y1, so it stands for yellow 1 and orange 3. So that's the tone that we're going to be working with to correct and cancel the bluish purple under the eyes. I'm going to use the bronzer to add in a little bit of darkness into the light area right next to the dark, where it's the darkest. There's usually a light area, and if you darken that just a little bit, it starts to balance out the tone. It's easier to add color in than to take away, so adding a little bit of dark here makes the tone a little more uniform, and then we can go in with the orange to cancel out the bluish tone, and it makes it just kind of disappear. So it creates a smooth finish, an even skin tone. You can also color correct using the bronzer on your face to help kind of even out some of the skin tones. Like I have a lot of sun damage, uneven, dark spots and that kind of a thing. So using, putting a bronzer on your face kind of all over before you apply your foundation helps to even it out and color correct it. And you don't have to use as much foundation. It leaves you with a more natural looking finish. So I'm just gonna, and I also wanted to show you this little tiny palette. So for just like a basic starter set, if you're more interested in just color correction, you can get this little palette that holds either 4 of the demi correctors or eyeshadows. The eyeshadows are the same size as this, or 2 of the full-size tins. So the bronzer and the foundations, the lip and cheek colors all come in the full-size tins. So this is just kind of a neat little smaller palette. They're all magnetic, so they pop in and out really easy. You only replace the things that you've used, so there's no wasting. You don't have to buy a whole brand new palette. You pick what you want to put in. You replace only with what you've used up and needs to be replaced. So first of all, I'm going to add a little bit of, this is called Tan Lines. It's a bronzer, and I'm just going to add it into that area that's got the lightness. It's very subtle. And you could do this with an eyeshadow or even a darker foundation color. Anything that's going to add in a little bit of darkness. I would make sure that it's more of a matte color. You don't want to add any shimmer under there. And then I'm just going to do kind of a light dusting. This fluffy brush doesn't pick up very much product at all, so it allows me to just kind of add a little bit of color everywhere. Now these bronzers can be used also as cheek color, lip color. So see how it's just kind of gives a little bit of a bronze or a sun-kissed look. It helped to even out some of that redness and some of those sunspots. And then I'm going to go in with this is 03, stands for orange 3. And the Y1. So I like to just kind of tap it in and then tap it into the yellow. You can use just one color at a time. For me, I've just found this works the best for me because the color under my eyes that creates that darkness is mostly blue, but it does have a little bit of purple undertone. So the yellow cancels out the purple, and so I just kind of use a little bit of both of those colors and just kind of dab it on tap it on. See how it just kind of erases that dark circle. And then I use it on my eyelid because I have some darkness there and some veins that show. So this 03 helps to cancel out the blue tones that that you see. You think you're seeing red, but it's actually the blue tone. If you can cancel that blue tone out, then it just disappears and you don't see the redness anymore. Now, if it's a really, really bright, vibrant red, you need to use the yellow, the orange and the yellow. Or sometimes if it's a really angry red, that's when you want to go in with your green, because that's going to cancel out the red. So this also acts as a primer on my eyelid for before I apply my eyeshadow. It helps my eyeshadow stay all day, go on easier. The colors show up more vibrantly. Now we're gonna do this one. 03 Y1. Now I have a smaller brush that I use sometimes to get these, I don't know if you can see, I've got these little veins here, but sometimes when I'm in a hurry, I just use the big brush. I kind of tap over that area where there's redness or veins with this peach color. There is a lighter peach color that's 01, and in the wintertime, that's what I use. But for when I have a tan, and also for around my eyes, because the dark spots I'm dealing with are so dark, I use the 03 because it's darker than the 01. So this works on that redness from those veins and dark spots. Now, if you have a dark spot that is really dark, usually it's going to have more of a little bit of a muddy kind of look to it. It's going to have some green undertone in there. So that's when you're going to need a color corrector that has a little bit of red tone. So like an orange red or a light, almost a pinky color sometimes will work. So that's color correction. And a little more of the tan lines. Okay, guys, I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. I'd be happy to help you or answer any questions you have. Comment correctors, and I can send you a link for the correctors. I also have a color match form that helps me a lot to choose the perfect shades for you personally, customized color matching for your skin tones, so that you make sure that you get the right shades and the right level of lightness and darkness for your skin. All right, thank you.